Hello and welcome back to Base in a Box. I'm at I'm on a different page to where I normally start. Normally I'm in the game. Today I'm in the mods page, so I am going to install the aircraft mod. This adds some planes. Now, the reason for this is my map is quite big, and I'm very happy travelling around it by train most of the time. There are cases where I just want to nip backwards and forwards, for example, to deploy new trains, or when I'm laying out solar, it would be quite nice to not be on the ground. Alright, so if we install this, okay, back. So now it wants to restart. Okay, and aircraft will let me fly around without the fear of bumping into things. I believe one of the planes has quite a nice sized inventory. So I'm hoping this will just be a quality of life improvement for me, just because, you know, life is short. Load game, base in a box. Okay, so we will see if the researches get done by the auto researcher. It's going to take a while to load the map, because sometimes when you load mods, it then goes through the entire save, checking every single chunk to see if the mod affects that chunk. So we're going to have to wait for a while. Anyway, while you've been away, I've had a bit of a pootle around the map. I don't know if you remember or if I did it off screen, but I set up a couple of klaxons on the steam power. There's one set, I think, at 15%, where it sets off an alarm and also turns on the steam power. And then when the power falls below 5%, it puts on a really annoying alarm. Well, Stellar of the night times recently, both alarms have gone on, which means that the base has outstripped the solar power. So we need to put down a lot more solar. The issue with that is basically I need to decommission the roboports and radars from the existing 2 patches of solar and start a new patch of solar. And that means a lot of doing things from maps, or flying over with a plane and hovering over them and doing it that way. The other thing I've been doing is I did go around every single site, and if we go to the map view, we now have 2 displays. Zoom in. Here we are. Okay, so the top display is the one we had before. This is the resources where a site needs them and doesn't have them. So there's currently a site which needs green circuits and doesn't have red circuits. There's one that needs copper, one that needs coal, one that needs blue circuits, one that needs processing units, one that needs low density structures, one that needs science potions, space science. Right, and you can probably work out that there's a chain here. So we're not getting control units because we're out of blue circuits, and we're out of blue circuits because it's not being supplied with green circuits. Then there's a second display, and what this is doing is showing stations which do not have materials to offer. So the rocket science site isn't able to offer rocket science. Okay, but we can see the blue circuit site is able to offer blue circuits, and so on. So anyway, this is going to be how I start tracing back what is up with the various sites. So we need blue circuits. The blue circuit site is offering blue circuits. So the fix is to add another blue circuit build. That's basically how the logic works. So there's no point adding a second science pack because we're not supplying the science pack site fast enough. So what we need to do is look at the supplies to the science pack. So in this case, the rocket control units. The rocket control units, we are offering them, but they are not able to get to the science pack fast enough. So that either means we've got an issue with the trains. The trains aren't picking the material up and dropping it off quick enough, or we have an issue with the number of builds. Okay, and we'll have to have a bit of a think about when to know which of these things is the problem. But we'll figure it out. Okay, then, right, so I am stood at the plastic building site. So this has, let's just go around these circuits and remember. Right, this has a red wire from the rover port into coal. And this says whenever the coal's 0, output a signal of 1 coal. So this is one place which wants coal. And then this goes out on the red wire. On the green wire, we measure the amount of plastic in the requester boxes that are going to load up the train. If there's no plastic there to load, we output a 1. So that says this site can't offer plastic. It would like to, but it can't. Then we push this out on the red-green wire. And that's great, but for a build where you have several modules, it's not, or where you have, you know, there's also grenades which need coal. So how do you work out which of the sites which need coal is the one that doesn't have coal? Are we? No, we're not off by 1. All right. So the way you do it is you isolate the red-green wires inside from the red-green wires outside. So you can see the red-green wires on the outside have loads of signals. The red-green wires on the inside only have the coal plastic. And how have I done this? By using a combinator. This is an arithmetic. So the input, we are going to take each of the inputs, multiply them by 1. So if 1 comes in, 1 goes out. I could add 0 as well. And the output is each. Okay, then we can wire this to the red wire. So the output of this is whatever the inputs are. But this means we can now wire this to the outside world. The outside world signals get these signals, but none of the outside world signals leak backwards through this combinator. So this is like a one-way valve. This is like a fluid pump for signal values. So we do this for red, we do this for green, and then we wire the inside to our readouts. And this is a stack taken from the main panels in the main area. Exactly the same thing, I just copy pasted it. So on this side is our things we want. Here are the things we can offer. So we can offer plastic, but we haven't got coal. Okay, and we're actually full on plastic, right? So we're not doing too bad, but we're out of coal. And if we look here, there's 1 train going to the coal mine, 1 train coming back. Sorry. So the options here are add more trains, make the trains faster, which isn't really an option, or it might be because the loading time at the coal base is too high. Anyway, the fix I would go for initially here would be to add 2 more coal trains. Fair enough. So let's do that. Where is my really useful train? Have I, see, this is the other thing with the train. I keep picking it up and putting it down and losing it. It's down here. So we're at plastic. Okay, that's on its way now. The other thing that's been happening, I've been watching the rails, and every now and again the system jams. And it jams in 2 ways. One way is we get enough capacity that a whole load of trains get on the track for a single station, which until now have been parked at the unload stations. So for green circuits, we suddenly had a load of requests for green circuits come in. Let's zoom in. And it basically jammed up the stacker. Okay, that was quite sad. There was a bug somewhere in the signaling. I fixed the signaling and it was all fine. The same thing happened for blue circuits, wherever that's gone. Is that... Where is blue circuits? Let's try there. here. Same thing happened for blue circuits, and the culprit was these Magical Mystery Tour trains. See, they're getting stuck here. The blue circuits is stuck, and it is stuck for green circuits. Right, so I need the same type of display here so we can see that from the map view straight away. And there's a green circuit coming in, but the green circuit's filling up. And the reason here is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unloaders for green circuits. So it unloads at a speed of 5. Fair enough. If we go to the green circuit site, we load green circuits at a speed of 2. So we have 2 green circuit trains. They're coming in. They can be loaded at most at a combined speed of 4 inserters. They're being unloaded at blue at a speed of 5 inserters. So I need at least 3 green circuit trains per blue build to support the blue build. This is how the maths works. Okay, so let's get in here. We're going to travel back to the main base. Okay. So this is how we start debugging the train network. Now, the blue circuit site, like all the others, is designed to stack 2 trains behind the build. Except we need 3 green circuit trains stacked. So we can either stack them in the general purpose stacker, but that's a little bit dangerous because you've got other trains coming in requesting blue circuits that might fill that up. Or we redesign the blue circuit build so that 3 trains can stack to drop off green circuits. And I don't know which I'm going to do yet. But we do definitely need to redesign the green circuit build so that you can get enough green circuit trains in so that there's one in the pipe, taking into account that you are unloading them more than twice as fast as they're being loaded up at the green circuit site. So these are the sorts of things you learn when you start to build these things in anger. Other than that, I've updated my graphics drivers. I'm on Linux and my card was running on the Nouveau graphics drivers, the open source ones. It's now running on the NVIDIA ones. I think it's better. It's certainly not worse. So fingers crossed we will have slightly less glitchiness. Okay, so what did I say? I need to deploy 1 more green circuit machine for blue. I think to be safe, 2 more. Okay, let's get some trains. This is where I sort of wish I had blueprintable trains, because I would like to just go to a blueprint book of trains and have a blueprint for the blue site. Anyway, let's go over there and copy paste. Copy, paste. No, that's definitely not the one we want. Let's try again. Ah, that was a pickup train, not a drop-off. Okay, so I want the one that's... I want this one, which is somewhere... Okay. Can I do it from this view? Great, it's doing the cargo planes training. Right, well, since we are going to be playing silly buggers waiting for trains to get to where we need them, let's build our planes. Okay, where should we do it? Let's do it over here. Okay, so, awesome. Wow. Okay, cargo plane. How many of those do I need? I think I need 1. I move it down 1 square, there we are. We have gunships. Wow. Oh, and they pop up here even live when you're training. We have, yeah. I think it's the cargo plane I want for now. Okay. Submachine gun, it needs... How many submachine guns does it need? 1. Okay, that's fine. I'm assuming I can't use prod mods, but I'm going to check it anyway. No. Okay, so let's do a requester. There we go. And I actually don't know if we have the materials for this. Okay, let's build some more things. So we have the Flying Fortress. We have... Okay, let's do something similar for this. Okay, and this needs this can take an afterburner, I believe. Let's do an aircraft energy shield. This is exciting. Okay, and we can afterburner. Great. And I don't know if all the materials for this are in the network, but we will find out. All this needs lube. Okay. Flying Fortress is taking slightly longer. We're just going to build all of these because we can. Okay, so to get lube into here, I think we can just steal some from below. Do I have pipes? Let's request a stack of pipes just because. Okay, and we bring it in for the blue. Yeah, so we can bring... Come on. Come on, be useful. The other kind of useful, the one where you're actually useful. Okay, so it's this one. There we are. That has lube. Flying Fortress is still training. Goodness me, that's expensive research. Right, so what does this need that it doesn't have? Iron. So iron plates are not in the network, apparently. Okay, let's put them into a buffer chest, because then we won't create loops. I'm going to grab a stack of buffer chests. There we are. Alright, and this can be limited to 2 stacks of iron. There we are. Okay. So this is going to be Flying Fortress. Cool. Now you may have noticed I haven't got any arrows going out of these machines. That's fine. I pretty much only want them to make 1 or 2 items and then stop. And in fact, they're probably going to be pretty much limited by making the guns. What's the type of guns that these things? So submachine gun, rocket launcher. Okay, so this is going to make subs wherever they're hidden. So, right, these are going to make rocket launchers. this is going to provide, and we are going to limit this to submachine gun is equal to 0. So there are none in the network, and the same for rockets. Okay. Okay, this needs requesters then. And we can find out all the things which aren't in the network. Okay, so it looks like steel is not in the network. Okay. Can we put some steel in here? We may as well. It's sort of at the end of the line, isn't it? So this goes into a buffer chest, and we want to limit this to 2 stacks. Okay, so red circuits. And I want to do this on somewhere where I don't need to use filters. Yeah, this is as good as anywhere. Okay, so into a buffer chest again. Limit to 2 stacks. This is exciting. Okay, what else do we potentially need that we don't have? Engine units. Okay, so they should be around here somewhere. I'm looking. I thought this needed... No, it doesn't. Okay. The silo needs engine units. Oh, here they are. Okay. Alright, we'll have to do this with a filter inserter. So into a buffer chest again. There we go. Great, so this is all good. All these things are being provided. Right, this needs electronic circuits. So I don't think green circuits are provided. Let's see if we can find a close by place where we can put them into a buffer chest. Okay, maybe I should have done all of these in the space on the bus. No, the problem is the power. Right. Is this pulled? Yeah, it's pulled up here without being split. Alright. If we do it there, it's already in power. Alright, let's limit this to 2 stacks. Okay. Low density structures, they're already in the network. Circuits and energy shields, and it's already produced an aircraft. That's fine. Afterburner, solid fuel. Okay. Now, solid fuel is a consumable, so it's down below the bus. We may not actually make it and bus it around. Oh, I know. There's some over here. Okay. Cool, so we can take it from here, put it into a logi box, limit to 2 stacks. This is quite exciting. I'm enjoying this. Okay, these have already been made. These are the shields. Afterburner. Ooh, we're making afterburners. Awesome. Let's see what they stack up to. Okay. This hasn't been made yet. It needs all the things. Maybe the request wasn't set. Okay. This needs buffer chest set. Again, this needs the buffer chest thing set. Right. Do we have... Is this still don't have one of those? Oh, because these aren't being made. Right, so it's probably the copper now. We don't have copper in this side, but we do have it here. Okay. And again, into a buffer chest. And then the last thing is make sure we have gears in a buffer chest. Okay, I want to take them from the side which is just gears. Where's a good place for that? Okay, and just to explain, I'm using buffer chests for this rather than provider chests because there is probably somewhere within this factory which is using a requester chest for these materials and then dumping them back onto the bus somewhere. So if I had a provider chest that was pulling off, for example, gears, dump them into the provider chest box, then they would get requested by the requester chest and dumped back on the belt, which would then take them around to the provider chest, and so on and so on. Okay, which would be very sad, extremely pointless. Now, there are gears heading off somewhere. Right, they are heading off to here, which is the recycling. That should not be requesting from buffer chests. That's the problem. Okay. So let's go up and see if there's anywhere else. Yeah, gears are getting recycled here. Don't request from buffer chests. Right, that's fixed that. Great, so now we appear to be making the other ones. This is quite fun. Okay, so do we have this? No, this is still waiting on a submachine gun. This needs loads of them. Right, I'm going to request in six nuclear fuel so that we can test these planes out. I'm also going to grab some afterburners. I'm not really interested in shields right now. I have no idea if we also need to supply power to these. I don't know. Right, 8 afterburners should be sufficient. So I don't know if we need... where are we? These guys. Well, I don't want 20. 5 is far more sensible. Okay. So I don't know if we need power onto the equipment grid or you just fill up the equipment grid. We will find out. Okay. So what's this waiting on? Okay, well, we can try this out. Let's take one of those. Oh, that's a shield. That's annoying. Can't fly the shield. Can't fly that yet, or that. Oh, goodness me. Right, what does this need? So submachine gun, rocket launcher. Okay. Let's look back at the crafting menu. Right, do we have any other stuff here? Napalm. I'm wondering if it's worth making some napalm. Let's see. That takes flamethrower ammo. And flamethrower ammo is where? Because I've never used flamethrowers, so I don't know where the stuff is for them. Artillery rockets, explosive nukes, napalm, capsules, suits, stuff for suits. I don't know where the flamethrower ammo is. Is it in here? Can't see it. No. Okay, well, we'll have to come back to that, I think. Okay, so is this built? No. Is this built? No. We have an issue here. Let's solve it the only way we know how. If in doubt, add speed modules. I have never had to produce these things in volume before, so it's quite entertaining. How many does it need? Just 15. Oh, blue circuits. Okay. This is still needing... Oh, it only needs 3 and 3. That should be pretty easy to deal with. This requires a submachine gun, which is being built. Okay, so we need to put blue circuits into the network. And they can be found over here because they're needed for nukes. We make nukes over here. Somewhere. Here. Okay. Okay, this will have to be a filter inserter again. Awesome. Okay, let's head up. Yep, it now has blue circuits. Okay, so I think we can... Yep. It's requesting a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's get the first plane. Cargo plane. Ooh. Right, it needs fuel. This is pretty cool, and I can fly over trains and not get run over. Very pleased about that. Okay, what do we have? A trunk, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we can put quite a lot of fuel in. It takes ammo, so I can fill this up with whatever. Okay, and This apparently has a top speed which is boosted to 115%, acceleration to 50% because of the fuel. It doesn't actually tell me what the top speed is, so let's get going. Okay, so 137, 138. Okay, cool. So by the time we've pimped that out with afterburners and things, that will be quite nippy. Okay. This is the jet. Do we? Yeah, we do. Great. Nuclear fuel. So we can fuel this. We can give it a machine gun. Rockets. That means I can fire nukes from the plane, hopefully. And napalm. Awesome. Wow. Okay. We have a really tiny trunk, but we do have a grid. Enable logistics while moving. Okay, I don't know quite what that means. Oh, I think possibly I can add... I wonder if I can add drone ports to these. Okay, so my trunk... I've got no logistics on this, so I can't add anything to make it faster. Okay. And this... Flying fortress. Has a trunk and a grid. Okay, so it's a small trunk, just 2 rows, but this grid, which is massive. So cannon. Okay, so this can take tank type stuff and rockets and ammo. Okay, so this needs fuel. This is a lot quicker. So this is going at 223 before afterburners. Okay, so if we add some afterburners, okay. Are we still going at 223? Yep, we are. Right, do I need to add... I'm just adding random things here. But now we should be supplying... Okay, this seems faster. This is nearly 500k. That's pretty cool. And can I do things from here? Let's fly up. Okay, so imagine I wanted to take out this. Okay, my bots can do it. And then we can see how far through our fuel we are. That is pretty cool. Okay, so obviously we have the one for lots of cargo. But this is going to be our general workhorse from now on. Fly over here. Wow. Over our iron builds, nobody's going to crash into us. Have a look at our display. Yep, same problems. Right, we need to deploy those trains then. Let's head down. So this should speed things up a bit. Okay. Alright, so this train was meant to be blue circuits, green. Now, where are we? Let's... It's almost quicker to fly over these days. Okay, blue circuits, green. Copy. Paste. Send it on. So if I've done my maths right, this should be sufficient. Okay, then we needed some trains for something else, didn't we? Oh, coal for plastic. Okay, then I think I can take this back to 1. Good. Okay, so let's see. If we head up to the colliery, there's a train in there. Let's zoom in quickly, see if we can get it before it heads off. Right. It's worrying that this was sat there long enough for me to click on it. Maybe we need to double the rate of loading. Maybe the issue is the trains spend too long sat here loading. There are limits to how much we can improve that. Right, I wanted to go to Northeast Coal. We'll see if that fixes the plastic problem. Let's find a train. So we can now outpace the trains. Oh, I'm very pleased with this. So let's look at the grid. So each afterburner requires 350 kilowatt. Each one of these produces 750. Right, so one of these can supply more than 2 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 is overkill. Can I fit another afterburner in? Let's go collect another afterburner. Okay. Whoa. Can I fly backwards? Yes, I can. Okay, this is the problem with having so many afterburners. That's an energy shield, that's the afterburner. Cancel that request. Okay. Okay, so that's probably about the limit of what we can do. 500 odd kilometers an hour. Cool. And what was the ammo it takes? Okay, so I reckon I can fire nukes. Let's try. So if we request... Let's go back to the main base. I'm just going to test this out on a bit of hostile. Do a bit of strafing. So let's request some nukes. Oh, we've got both of these now. That's appeared. Okay, we're requesting 10. Naught are on the way. Why is that? Right, we want to request more than 10. 40. Let's head down to the where the nukes are being made and see if we can figure out... Oh, we just don't buffer them up. That's fine. At least the Logibots can give me things here. Right, how many do we have? 20? $30, $40. Yep, that's 40. Okay. Now, I'm just wondering, where am I most likely to want to expand next? The answer is probably to my east. I'll show you why on map view. Okay. So this is my world at the moment. My factory is here. My spawn is down here. I'm going to end up filling up the whole of this side with solar. These few mines will get mined out. The further you go from spawn, the bigger the resources become. And basically, this diagonal is where I should be looking next for resources. So that means pushing out the top half of basically above this line and up. And then this halfway up there and out. So that's going to be the plan. So let's head out. Does my plane... Yeah, it does. It accepts nukes. That is extremely cool. Okay. Okay, do I need to... Yep, I do. I've no idea if I'm affected by nukes in the plane. I've got personal defense lasers, of course. Yeah, so the plane does get affected. Wow. It is, of course, completely overpowered. And I don't care. Okay, so at some point I'm going to need to expand out. I think... using nukes for anti-personnel is definitely OP. Okay, so the biggest danger here is that I sort of run into my own nukes. Wow. Okay, well, anyway, this could get this could turn into me just running around with the plane shooting stuff, which, although it would be cool, doesn't really get us any further towards building a mega base. So I can see if I was doing this for real, I'd put a bunch of shields on here, take off some of the afterburners. I only need to be able to move fast enough to outrun the baddies, which isn't that fast, to be honest, is it? So let's have a look up here. We deployed some extra trains. in the hope that that might be able to fix some of our shortages. Have we fixed any of the shortages? So we are no longer short of coal. We are short of green circuits still. And we are short of blue circuits still. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, we're short of blue circuits because trains are just sat waiting to load. They are waiting to load because there are no green circuits. All 3 green circuits trains are loading up. And I don't know if that's just an issue of the buffering hasn't worked through yet, or if there is a problem. Okay. Okay, so this is one A train leaving. A train leaving. A train leaving. That may be our 3 trains. I don't know. What I would like to do is max rate this. So one of these builds, items per minute, produces 47k red circuits a minute. I still can't get over these numbers. 47k red circuits a minute. Okay, the blue build. Come on. Consumes 52 a minute. Sorry, consumes 74. So if we had a train, yeah, so this isn't way out, right? So as long as we have a green circuit train stacked up, ready to come in, this should run at full speed and produce 5.2k blues. So we now have green circuits stacked up behind there. So we are offering blue circuits. Okay, let's see if this builds up. Because I'm hoping this means we are now no longer in trouble for green circuits. Let's head down to our panel. Right, we are still short of green circuits, according to this. Well, that's a problem for another day. We have tested out the planes work, the planes are awesome, and I will see you again soon. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and next time we will try and debug the green circuit thing. Alright, bye-bye.